Let's dive into this newscast with our top focus on Afghanistan. Amid rising violence in the country, U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff chairman met with the Taliban. The top U.S. general had held unannounced talks with Taliban peace negotiators in Doha to urge a reduction in violence across Afghanistan. Now, on Tuesday, Army General Mark Milley met for about 2 hours with Taliban negotiators in Doha. He then flew to Kabul to discuss the peace process with Afghan President Ashraf Ghani. The meet comes as senior American officials in Kabul warned that stepped-up Taliban attacks endanger the peace negotiations with the Afghan government. Milley has been reported saying that the most important part of the discussions that I had with both the Taliban and the government of Afghanistan was the need for an immediate reduction in violence. Everything else hinges on that. Milley's meetings come amid a new drawdown of U.S. troops in Kabul. It was Milley's second unannounced meeting with the Taliban's negotiating team. The first was held in June, also in Doha, but had not been reported until now. Milley's Taliban meetings represent a remarkable milestone as America's top general now comes face-to-face with representatives of the Taliban. Taliban ruled Afghanistan until it was ousted 19 years ago. In Doha, agreement signed by the United States and the Taliban, Trump administration agreed to a phased withdrawal of U.S. troops. U.S. troops may go down to zero by May of 2021 if the agreement's conditions are upheld. One condition is a reduction in violence by the Taliban, leading to a nationwide ceasefire. The Taliban also agreed to begin peace negotiations with the Afghan government, which are in an early stage. Trump administration ordered to reduce U.S. forces from 4,500 to 2,500 by January 15th. That is just days before Joe Biden is sworn in as Trump's successor. Biden has not laid out a detailed plan for Afghanistan, but has made clear he prefers a small U.S. military footprint and limited goals. Biden has not said publicly whether he will continue the drawdown or how he will proceed with the Doha agreement. Let's quickly get in a sense of perspective on the ongoing developments in Afghanistan. For that, I'm joined in by our guest, journalist Shadi Khan, who's joining me live from Kabul for more details. Shadi, thank you for joining our broadcast today. Now, America's top general coming face-to-face with the representatives of the Taliban, whom, of course, he fought to get them ousted 19 years ago. Is this not a remarkable milestone? How do you view the meeting, which, of course, is a second one? Having said that, the first was not reported.
Indeed, it's phenomenal. There's no doubt about it. These meetings, the timing of it, and the sheer nature of it is extremely important, both for the country, for Afghanistan itself, and the region, and of course, the whole world, I should say. Basically, you know, the transition of administration, or the change of guards, or the change of power in Washington is taking place at this time when, you know, these meetings are taking place, which makes it even more important because, you know, the parties to the conflict in Afghanistan, mainly the Afghan government and Taliban, view it from a different perspective, which is understandable. At the moment, in the recent days, we are witnessing a slight shift in tone from the Taliban, and it seems that the victory of Mr. Joe Biden has caused some sort of panic in their ranks because they view and they might fear that the plan of withdrawal of American troops might not take place, or might not take place the way they agreed upon with the previous, or I should say the waiting administration, which is waiting to exit the White House. It might not take place the way they agreed with the Trump administration.
Khan,
makes it very important.
Mr. Khan, it's interesting that you mentioned that there's panic among the Taliban negotiators. And of course, Milley is in the second year of a 4-year term as Joint Chiefs Chairman and is also likely to be a source of military continuity as the Biden administration now settles in. How crucial will he be for the incoming Biden administration, and what can one expect from Biden's policy towards Afghanistan?
Well, actually, much at the forefront, right from the beginning, or maybe in the last crucial moment of the deal between the U.S. and the Taliban. The key players in the, or I should say, the whole of Pentagon, before the defense minister who was, sacked by the Trump administration. All of them were pretty much against the deal that was brokered with the Taliban, which, was very much seen as a way of luring the Taliban or appeasing the Taliban. The Pentagon, including Mr. Milley, is believed to be on the side of a more so-called responsible or a slow.
All right, we seem to be having some technical error over there. We just heard what Shadi Khan had to say about these latest developments. We'll have to wait and watch if this is going to help the attacks in getting dialed down by the Taliban, which of course have increased, especially in Kabul.
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.